Hey everybody, welcome back. It's episode 17, I want to say. I'm just gonna work on this house. I've got some more materials. This is later the same day as the last episode. I just been collecting some materials to get some stuff worked through here. Been listening to some YouTube videos and stuff. Um, just while I work, get some stuff going. And I figured we could get this all set up. Uh, Here, just make this a little patio, and then we can, I need some ladders. Do I have any extra wood? No, okay. Let me get some extra wood. Anyways, I've just been watching some YouTube and working on this. There we go. Um, some sticks. Okay. I, sticks already, that's awkward. Um, anyways, I, been working on this and, watching YouTube. I've been watching a lot of, I don't know if you guys watch these like Minecraft ARGs. Let's make this. Oops. Let's make the slabs real quick. They're kind of like short Minecraft horror stories. Um, and they're pretty interesting. I normally don't even watch anything horror. I just don't like it. Um, in general. I don't know. I'm easily paranoid, so that's kind of part of the issue for me. Um, and so I've been pretty paranoid all day. But these videos are really interesting. I watched, I don't know if you guys have watched any of these. I watched the ARG. That's kind of an adaptation of The King in Yellow. It's called I Found a World That Shouldn't Exist, or something like that. I think that's what it's called. But it was really good. I think, The King in Yellow is really interesting. It's, I guess if you guys don't know what it is, it's kind of the progenitor of the Lovecraftian horror kind of content. Sorry, one second. Came out like 1895, I want to say, somewhere around there, and it's where Lovecraft got his inspiration, and a bunch of these other kind of eldritch horror authors, the quote unquote classics. I do not have enough quartz, and I'm so mad because I've been working off screen for so long. Oh shoot. Um, that sucks. Um, I really don't have enough. That stinks. Uh, anyways, uh, guess we'll come back to that then. Oh, that sucks. So I thought we could do this. Oops. Around. Let's see how it looks here. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually, I think. Um, for now, at least. Um, guess do I want to do double? I think I like that. Anyways, it's kind of the progenitor of all of the Eldritch horror you've ever heard of. And I think it's really cool. it definitely makes me paranoid. I've been sitting here pretty paranoid all day. I don't know what it is about it specifically. I want to dig up this floor and use the cobbled deep slate I've got. Let me go grab the rest of it. But anyways, while I'm talking about Eldritch Horror, uh, do this. I uh, I really struggle with not really, not so much like suspenseful stuff and thrillers, but like supernatural and eldritch horror really gets me for some reason. I not even because of like the scary stuff. Like I've never been really gotten by a jump scare or anything like that, just because I'm kind of, I don't know, the media, I don't know. It's not, it just doesn't, I'm kind of fine with plot devices, and I can handle tense situations without freaking out. But I don't know, the supernatural horror just makes me like extremely paranoid um, for the rest of the day, at least. Um, it's weird. I don't really know how to describe that. Um, sorry, I have something in my eye. I don't know if I just have like a fear of the unknown, uh, which I have anxiety, so I guess in a roundabout way I do. But I don't know. I really think it's interesting, like the history of it, like why. I don't know. It's what I find most interesting is the kind of study into why this stuff is made and why it's oops, um, why it's scary. Like I think it's pretty interesting to um, oh yeah, we added a day counter as well to keep track of the days. Um, Anyways, I think it's interesting to the kind of societal question of why these things are terrifying to people, and that's ultimately why uh, these stories are created. Is it kind of taps into that. Oh my God, I'm 6 short. Are you kidding me? Hold on, let's go grab some cobbled deep slate. Okay, I got some somewhere. I know that. Did I have something cooking in here? Iron, glass. Okay. All right. Anyways, I think it's really interesting to kind of study why this stuff is so scary to us. And I think, the King in Yellow and Cthulhu and all that kind of stuff, there's a lot of interesting introspective into kind of human, the human psyche, um, that you can look into with these. Especially just like why we are so terrified of it. I mean, that's really what the skill is. And I think, part of it is it's just a literary work of art. I think, these pieces of it are, is it polished? Or no, it's slabs and then chiseled. There we go. Let's get an extra stack just in case, because I don't want to do this again. Anyways, I think it's very interesting, and part of it is that it's a work of art. Just I said that, or not art, but literature. Um, the introduction of an unreliable narrator. That's kind of not common now, but we, as a society, are more used to it now. We've seen more popular media introduce an unreliable narrator. Think Fight Club or American Psycho. I think are two really big ones that most people know now and are familiar with the concept of an unreliable narrator. But this was 200 years ago, 230 years ago that this book came out. And that was just kind of unheard of. Not unheard of. I mean, this was not a new concept, but it was never, at least to my knowledge, it was never really implemented as well as it was in this novel. At least in the first short story. I don't know if you guys know the King in Yellow is written as a collection of short stories. The first with the unreliable narrator, and then there's some kind of like slice of life stuff that is intruded upon by the King in Yellow, I guess is the best way to put that. I guess we just have to go back to the Nether and get some more quartz. I don't really know what else to do for that. That sucks. I really thought I had enough, but we'll go back and get some and it'll be fine. But anyways, I think the first story I think is kind of a cautionary tale for the the danger of the mentally unwell to the society at the time. Because this is like peak, mental institutions and stuff like that. Let's see if we've got any slime. Anyways, and so I think that for the first kind of short story is about. That's not where the Nether is. Anyways, I think that short story is very interesting. It's kind of written like I don't know, like gothic cautionary tale, in that kind of concept. A Frankenstein kind of story, or 1984, things of those nature. It's kind of that kind of vein of literature. But then it kind of expands on it. Basically, the kind of big reveal. Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! I forgot to get my shield. We're good. The kind of big reveal is that what actually happened, or what the main character thinks happened actually didn't happen. And it was that kind of psychotic break, like American Psycho is a great example of that kind of psychotic thriller. Interesting. It's kind of the same concept, actually. It's kind of this big psychotic reveal. And then as he's reveling in his victory, he finds out it didn't actually happen. And then it kind of abruptly ends, and then it kind of picks up and kind of starts to establish the idea that there actually is more to this story than just a cautionary tale, that this the Yellow King is actually a real entity, and that's it's just really interesting. You guys should. I can't do it really justice myself. But if you guys are interested, you should read it. I think Wendigoon has a video on it as well, if you guys are fans of Wendigoon. And I'm sure that's great. I haven't seen many Wendigoon videos, but the ones I have all been great. Oops. Anyways, it's kind of a... I watched the kind of adaptation of it in Minecraft. And it was super interesting. Oh, that's a hogland. I'm gonna go this way. I think this is back the way I came. I don't know how I got up so high. We're just gonna roll with it though. I probably need 2 stacks of slabs left and I should be done. So... stack and a half of regular blocks? I don't really know the conversion off the top of my head. I think it's a stack and a half of regular blocks, but I could be wrong. Anyways, there's a lot of interesting Minecraft videos coming out lately, and I think it's pretty fun. There's not a lot of, you know, I grew up on all just Let's Plays and that kind of stuff. But Minecraft is really kind of taking its own form of media. And that's pretty interesting. I think, you know, it's becoming a... I don't want to fall, so I need to get down without falling. And I'm all turned around, so that's not helpful either. I don't... Maybe going the wrong way. Test something out. Anyways, I think Minecraft itself is kind of its own storytelling medium now, and I think that's really interesting. I think, oh, that scared me. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, that guy's gonna hurt me. Get me out of there. I don't know, I just think it's pretty interesting. I think, what I find kind of cool about it as a storytelling medium is it's kind of like our own thing, meaning my generation. Because, you know, most millennials have played, I mean, almost everybody's played Minecraft at this point. It's like the biggest game ever. But as far as the kind of relationship with it that my generation has, it's very much our own thing. And I just think it's really interesting. I think it's kind of special. We've got this own thing of our own, and not that I think it's going to be, you know, like the next visual medium. I don't think it's going to be that, but I think it's there's been a lot of opportunity for creativity with Minecraft that is very interesting to see. Like example, the 1,000 player survival stuff, the Rich and Poor. That is a fantastic movie. If you want to watch a movie, I really do recommend watching 1,000 player survival Rich and Poor, I think is the name. Um, it's got millions of views, so you won't miss it. If you just look up Minecraft 1,000 players, you'll find it. But it's, I say movie because it's 2.5 hours long, but it really is like one of the better stories I've seen all year. This is where it was. Yeah, okay, I'm back where I was. Anyways, I just think it's really cool to see all this stuff going on. Because I love this game, I really do. I've got I don't own it, like it's not like protective of it, but I'm just glad to see that people appreciate this game like I do, because it's really special, and I don't want to lose that because I don't know. I think Minecraft is just such a cool. I guess I can make one of these and we can do that. There's 48. Okay, so that's pretty good. Anyways, I just think it's super cool to have this kind of thing that's encouraging creativity, I guess. Anyways, I don't remember why I was ranting about that. But the long story short is I've been pretty paranoid all day, thanks to the King in Yellow stuff that I was. I mean, I watched some more ARGs other than that. But that's one of. That sucks. That was the one that definitely got me introspective the most. I don't know, there's just something about the fear of the unknown that really gets me. Not like, I don't know, like not the anxiety of, you know, like I don't want to do this because it could go any number of ways. Stuff like that. I'm not afraid of stuff like that. I'm lucky. I've kind of been able to repress that, and I am just as able to say, you know, what if it goes well, as opposed to what if it goes poorly. But I do kind of have that fear of the supernatural unknown. I have that really bad, I won't lie. I really struggle with kind of the fear of that, the fear of that unknown. And I don't know why. Like it doesn't affect my life one way or the other. You know, I'm not exactly interacting with ghosts or anything or stuff like that. So I don't know why it freaks me out if ghosts are real and if like eldritch beings are real. I mean, I know obviously the eldritch ones aren't because they're creations of fiction, but stuff like Nessie and stuff like that, or Leviathan, or just these kind of monstrosities that are stories that were written forever ago, um, or folklore and stuff like that. It doesn't affect my life one way or the other, so I don't know why the idea that these things are real not frightens me, but it freaks me out. It really does. I um I really kind of struggle with the idea that these things are real, which makes no sense because you'd think somebody would have seen them by now, um, if they were real. But I don't know. I just kind of have that fear of the unknown. I mean, part of it is I just, we're still discovering species as, um, still discovering new species and stuff. Like, it's not like we have every piece of the world cataloged or anything, because we don't. Um, but we do, most of the new species we're finding are permutations of species that we already know, and they're just a little changed than their nearest relative. It's not like we're finding entirely new families of creatures and stuff. Um, the biggest I can think of is the colossal squid, giant squid. Oh my god, I did not just do that. Oh god, I'm so dumb. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. That's so sad. Um, Anyways, I think that's like the most divergent species if ever we've had in a long time. And even then, it's just a squid that's really big. It's not like it's a whole new species or anything. Um, and so part of me is fascinated by the idea that we've got these entirely new things that exist. And I don't know, or that could exist. I don't know that I mean exist. Because I do wonder, the weird thing about human minds is that these ideas had to come from somewhere. There's very rarely true create, or actually, I would argue there's never true creation in the human psyche, because how did I get up here? Uh, we are just biased creatures, I think, is what I'm trying to say. Um, even it's kind of a scientific not possibility, but hypothesis, that we have no idea what aliens would look like if they are real, because we don't have any way to comprehend anything different than our own. And so, people kind of expect aliens, not the little green people. We're all kind of aware that's not what they are. Jeez. But we have this kind of humanoid impression that we push on them, and that's kind of just our human bias that is causing that. It's not like they wouldn't have any reason to actually look like we think they would look. Um, at all, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. There's no reason to assume I'm just gonna go back now and hope this is enough slabs. We'll find out. Um, oh, my pencil. And so I don't know. I wonder about things that we've created, like Bigfoot and the Loch Ness monster, um, things that are folk legends that we may have may exist, may not. And I just kind of wonder what the truth is behind the story. Because obviously at this point they're folklore, they are stories. Um, but I do wonder, what led to the story. I'm very curious um, how, what the story is behind the legend. Um, and I wonder that about the Lovecraftian, I guess is the best way to put it, Lovecraftian horror that um, is kind of the popular Eldritch stuff. I wonder what the truth is behind that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Um, because I think there's something real. I don't know what, but this kind of creation is not. Humans aren't really capable of true creation, I guess. It's not very. Um, it's not very possible to remove the human bias from creation. Um, and so I really do wonder. Um, I wonder what the truth is behind the story. Um, especially with stuff like the Lovecraftian horror, because I'm like, is it a fear of God that creates these stories, or is it something else? Because I think um, that makes sense in my mind. Um, sorry, I've been talking for 32 minutes already, but I'll try and finish my thoughts up and wrap this up. But um, it makes sense with the time of the stories. I don't have enough quartz, so I'm gonna have to get some more off camera. Um, anyways, I wonder, is it God that created, or the fear of God, I guess? Because these stories started to come out kind of around the Nietzschean kind of revolution of not faith, but this kind of fear of God that's not really Nietzschean, but this kind of revolution, renaissance around kind of godly things that it tracks that this could be about God. Um, this kind of fear could come from this kind of fear of an all-knowing, all-powerful, omnipresent being. Um, and so I'm just curious where it comes from, because if it doesn't come from there, it comes from somewhere else. Um, and I don't know. I'm just curious. I want to know. Oops. I want to know. I hope you guys didn't hear that alarm. I didn't realize it was going to go off. Sorry. Um, but I don't know. I'm very curious about it, and I want to know more. So I don't know. Maybe I just need to look into it more. Maybe people have answered all these questions already, but I'm very curious and I want to know more. So, anyways, I think I'll end it there. I'm gonna go get some more quartz off camera and finish this because I don't want to subject you guys to like 7 episodes of me mining quartz, and I feel like that's all I've done. So I'm gonna get that, take care of this, and we can finish the rest up. But I'm starting to like the house. I need to kind of debox it a little more, but we'll get there. Thanks for watching though, guys. I really appreciate it. I kind of went on a weird rant with this one. Um, but this is kind of just stuff that interests me. I'm very um, analytic in my life. I like to deal in facts and stuff, and so I'm really interested in the facts behind legend and folklore, and so I just really, I don't know. I would like to know more about the truth behind the stories. Um, anyways, that's all from me. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate you guys sitting and watching through all these. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. See ya.